Hey, everybody. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if you're new here. Using the Rebel deck for Sunday, too. Trying to keep it light. Hope you had a chance to catch the Change Your Life Now series. And it went from Transform Your Life Now to Change Your Life Now, and the thumbnails were all different. I was having kind of a rough week. So thank you. We'll reframe that. I was trying to be the poster child for don't wait to be perfect to get started. Something like that. Get over yourself. Pull your shit together. Help people. Give back. Do good shit for humanity. And at the end of the day, it's really what matters. Not that we're perfect, not that we've got our shit together, but that we share the fact that we're not perfect. I think that helps humanity as a whole because, you know, we live in a time where people basically only show you what they want you to see of themselves. There's very few people who are raw and legit and like, look, this is it. This is what you get. This is who I am. And it's interesting. So last week, my son, he cracks me up. His wife does not like to drive in snow. And I get this. She actually totaled my car driving it in snow one time. The beauty of that moment was she was not injured. It was not a high dollar vehicle. She felt horrible about it. But I think that accident is why she's now terrified to drive in snow. She hit a gas main in a very dangerous situation. So anyway, he calls me and he is just livid. I'm like, "What's up, kiddo? Why are you doing out so early?" And he's like, "My wife didn't want to drive in the snow." Now, he is a very hardworking young man, and he had been looking forward to being able to sleep in on a snow day. And instead, he was up early in the morning driving his wife to work. Now, he's also a gentleman and would not have said this to her directly, but he had planned on stopping by a dealership on his way home and trading her car in to buy her something that did better in the snow. Because that's where he was at on that one. And what I'm leading into. So he's very much who he is and raw and does not care. I used to tease him as a teenager that he was a younger version of Larry the Cable Guy. Well, now he's just a 28-year-old version of Larry the Cable Guy. He just got a little older. He still has no sleeves on his shirt. Sometimes his beard's trimmed, sometimes it's not, and he'll generally be walking around in like athletic shorts and work boots. It's just him. And a ball cap. Always wears a ball cap, and it looks like it's been chewed on by a rabid animal. That's how he dresses. And he doesn't change that to try and impress people. So he ended up having to wait because the dealership's not open on Sunday when he was pissed off about being out of bed. He went back on Tuesday and he walked in his athletic shorts, work boots, rabbit animal chewed hat with, I'm going to guess, an untrimmed beard. And proceeded to tell them that he was here to buy the Jeep Gladiator. And the lady at the desk was like, "Okay, I'll get you a salesperson." So they go and get the salesperson. The salesperson walks up and he's like, "So, what questions do you have?" And my son said, "Well, I don't have any questions. I came to buy the Jeep Gladiator. I want to leave it in today. I have a trade-in. Let's get this started because I'd like to take it home today." One, he's young. Two, he looks like a homeless person. And three, he's pretty damn cocky for a young homeless person at a car dealership. Perception, right? So they sit down and the guy goes over some numbers and he comes back and he's like, "Well, I'll give you 2,000 for your trade-in." And my son said, "No, you'll give me 3." And the guy was like, "Excuse me?" And my son said, "Well, low end, that car is valued at $2,700. High end, $3,700. And he said, "That one is actually above mid-grade, but I'll go for the mid-grade, so you'll give me 3. And the guy's like, really? Okay. So he goes back to talk to his manager. Now, my son knows who he is, and that's why he doesn't feel the need to put on appearances or fronts or anything like that. Guy comes back and his attitude is completely changed. He works everything out, gets my son the payment he wants. They go back to the little finance room to fill out the paperwork. Guy tries to sell him all of the warranties and things like that. He said, no, I want this, and you're going to give me the fob replacement for free. And the guy's like, I am. And my son was like, yeah. He said, I don't care how you write it up. I don't care what it looks like on paper, but I'm not paying for it, but I'm going to get it. And the guy's like, alrighty then. Now, they shake hands, deal's done, hands him the keys and says, hold on a second. My son was like, what? And the guy goes, well, I just wanted you to know that this is the first time someone's come in here dressed like a bum. And my son was like, excuse me? And the guy said, no, wait, I'm not done yet. It's the first time someone's come in here dressed like a bum with an 830 credit score and one of the best incomes I've seen. And he said, to be honest with you, when you walked in and you told me what was going to happen, I went back to my manager and he said, tell him to fuck off. And then he said, but when you told me what we were going to give you for the trade-in, we went back and ran your credit and everything. He said, he told me to make it happen. So I say that to say, I'm way off our topic, but it's, perception and being real and sharing your story and not trying to put on airs. You are who you are and you know your value. And by sharing your imperfections, that's where we were. By sharing your imperfections and just being who you are and letting other people know that, hey, I'm not perfect. Shit, my God. It takes so much pressure off of us because when we look at social media or we're inundated with these perfect celebrity, facades, and it gives the impression on a surface level that we're behind or there's something wrong with us or we're not good enough or we're not up to par, what have you. And when you're just you and you can be secure in that and not feel the need to defend a certain perception of you, because why? You know who you are. You know your value. You hold value just by being. Other people's perception of you is not as important as your knowledge of who you are. And being able to be confident in that, no matter how retarded you can be at times, the struggles we face, the things we overcome, and the mistakes that we made, by sharing that openly instead of trying to hide everything and make it look perfect, that helps humanity. So if you want to do something to help humanity, get over yourself. Be real. Just be real. And, that's one of the areas in which I feel like as a parent, I thoroughly succeeded, is that my son is 100% confident in who he is and does not give two shits what someone else thinks he is. And I love that for him because it took me years to get to that point. But I knew the concept, I knew the principles, I knew the foundations of it. And as much as I was struggling with grasping it for myself and really getting into that place, because I didn't grow up that way. I grew up with what will the neighbors think, and you can't say that, and you can't wear that, you can't do that, and be that, and think that, and, like very limited as far as what I was projecting into the world. Well, I am fully over that now, obviously. uh, I know that if I put effort into it, I can polish myself up. I can be appropriate. I've been at like black tie events, wearing evening gowns and things of that nature. That's not who I am. I can play that role, but that's not who I am. Hoodies, jeans, that's who I am. That's me. And so I'm not trying to put on airs or, I feel like my message is more important than my makeup. And right now, undergoing the mold treatment, my skin is a hot mess, y'all. Okay, like uh, the damage from chemo and the mycotoxins and everything else, it's like trying to put lotion on a waffle. It's not worth the effort. This too shall pass. But in the meantime, I'm not going to hide or feel self-conscious about it because it is what it is. It's temporary. And until then, why waste the makeup? Jeez, that shit's not cheap. And it just looks worse when you try to cover something that needs help with something that doesn't quite cover the fact that something needs help. But anyway, help humanity. Be you. Be real. Let other people know that, you know what, we all struggle. Oh my God, we all have our moments of being retarded. We all fall down and have to get up again. And, you know, keep that in mind too as you're out and about and interacting with people. What they project may not be what they are just because they don't care what you think. The people I have known who are wealthy, who are self made, are some of the most casual people. I mean, I love these people because they're just real. And one of them happened to be, he owned, of many other companies, a marketing company in Atlanta. And he would come to the office and look like a homeless bum. I mean, if I didn't know him as the security manager, I would have probably thought I should throw him out of the building. Fortunately, I knew him, but like he would have a 3-day beard growth, holey jeans, his shirt would be like he slept in it, and his hair just all kinds of crazy because he was just an amazingly creative mind. And he had a lot more important shit going on than his appearance. And that wasn't his focus. And I mean, you would never guess because he didn't care about your perception of him. He cared about what he was doing. He cared about his message. He cared about his business. He was about his business. And, so his hair was messed up. Oh, well, dude had millions of dollars in the bank. And he was wearing a Walmart t-shirt that looked like he slept in it for days. So keep that in the back of your mind as you go about your day interacting with people, that they may not be who you perceive them to be. Keep an open mind about who people actually are, and know that this is our invitation to let our imperfections show. Encourage each other through the fact that not only are we not perfect, we don't have all the answers yet either. And I personally have committed to failing my way to success. As if you watched the series this week, right? That's how we learn, and that's how we grow. And it's when we're afraid to look dumb, ask the question that we feel like will make us look dumb, that answer may be the one thing we need to bridge the gap from where we are to where we're going. Ask the question. It's our pride and our ego keep us separate. They keep us feeling isolated. They keep us feeling less than. You are not less than. And it doesn't matter whether you're the guy with millions of dollars in the bank or you are a homeless guy on the street. You are a soul, a soul. And I've talked to many homeless people who have amazing stories that are intelligent beyond belief. And just don't judge a book by its cover, and don't judge yourself by the false covers that you see around you in the world. You're not in competition with anyone but you. And the you are today, it's just training for who you're becoming. The you that you have the potential to be. And each time we fall down and get up again, we figure out something new. We're always growing. So if you're going to do some good shit for humanity and help people, Just be real. Be real. And you know what? It's so easy. It is so much easier when we drop the facade and we stop trying to impress people. Man, life gets simple. It gets so simple. So I hope this helps and that you are having an amazing Sunday. Again, I haven't brought it up for a while, but if you want to dive deeper into any of the topics that I touch on the channel, because I do a deep dive in my book, the Get Your Shit Together book. There's a link in the description box below. That's for Amazon. It's on Barnes& and Noble and a couple other sites, if you have a preference. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I will talk to you soon.